In this video, we're gonna be going over the top 5 best class setups and guns to use right now here in Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer. These class setups are perfect if you guys are trying to increase your KD ratio or drop your first MGB nuke. So with all that being said, the like goal on this video is going to be 500 likes. And if you guys want to stay up to date with any and all best class setups, best settings, tips and tricks, or want to be notified with any new updates, go live here in Modern Warfare 2. Feel free to subscribe to the channel and also turn on those post notifications. Let me know down in the comment section right now. Have you dropped a nuke yet in Modern Warfare 2? Alright, so for our first class setup, we're taking a look at the M4, one of the most consistent assault rifles and honestly, one of the most consistent weapons in the entire game. Consistency is key here in Modern Warfare 2 because of the fast time to kill. Now, to start off the class setup, we're going to be rocking a rear grip here, and we are going to put on the Phantom grip so we can bump up that close range lethality. We're going to have increased sprint to fire speed as well as aim down sight speed. So if you guys run into an SMG player at close range, you're going to have a better chance at taking them out. So we're definitely going to go ahead and put this on for our rear grip. There are no other attachments that make any sense. Now, we are going to be skipping over the stock because there's going to be no attachment under this category that are going to benefit this class setup. So we're not going to waste an attachment slot here. Instead, we're going to go to the optic and we are going to be equipping the Cronin Mini Red Dot. This class setup is going to be dominant, absolutely dominant at those medium to longer ranges. So make sure you guys have a precision optic so you can take people out very easily at those longer ranges and outgun other AR, LMG, and sniper players. The Cronin Mini Red Dot is perfect, easy to use, and you get it unlocked relatively quickly. Now, we are going to be skipping over the laser also because none of these attachments are going to help out this class setup in the slightest. But we are going to go over to the barrel and we are going to specifically put on the 419mm EXF barrel. I've tried out all the barrels on the M4 and the most consistent barrel that I find that gets the fastest time to kill at medium to longer ranges is going to be the EXF barrel. Now, the best part about this barrel is we're not going to get any of the movement penalties that are incredibly annoying when running an assault rifle. Instead, we're going to have damage range, hip fire accuracy, as well as bullet velocity. We're going to be able to fry enemies across the map and still be able to be mobile, flank the enemy team, and win close range engagements. So make sure you guys have this on your setup. Now, we are going to rock a muzzle here, and we are going to run the Hairbringer D20. This is phenomenal if you guys are trying to go for nukes because we're going to have sound suppression, bullet velocity, damage range, and recoil smoothness. This is going to help us out across the board. We can flank, win close range engagements, and destroy people at longer ranges. Definitely go ahead and run this suppressor. The cons are going to be irrelevant because they're not going to bring down this weapon nearly as much as you would think. We're still going to be able to take people out at close range, medium range, you guys guessed it, longer ranges. Now, for the underbarrel, we are going to go ahead and wrap this setup up with the Demo IMP44 grip. This is going to be smoothing out that recoil pattern, making this weapon a laser beam, giving us aim out stability, hip fire accuracy, as well as recoil stabilization. A fantastic attachment to run on the M4, and I wouldn't run anything else here for this class setup. Now, if you need some additional recoil control, you can put on the VX Pineapple. It's gonna be a little bit easier to use at longer ranges, but again, you're gonna have a slower aim down sight speed, so you guys can pick and choose. But for ease of use, you guys can put on the VX Pineapple. Both are good options though, but depending on how you control recoil, you can pick out of the other. Now, main setup is going to be the Vel 46 SMG. I have the stun grenade, proximity mine, which is phenomenal if you guys are trying to go for some streaks, and I have a custom perk package, which is going to be Overkill Scavenger, Resupply, as well as Quick Fix. And for my field upgrades, I'm running the Pro with Munitions Box as well as Dead Silence. Now, for class setup number 2, we're taking a look at the Vel 46, which is a phenomenal SMG here in Modern Warfare 2. Let's go ahead and break down this class setup. Now, we're not going to run a rear grip on this weapon at all because none of these attachments are going to help us out on this submachine gun. Instead, we're going to go over to the stock and we're actually going to go ahead and remove it completely with the Vel Collapse stock, giving us increased aim down sight speed, sprint to fire speed, movement speed, and hip recoil control. Just making this SMG that much more deadly at close ranges. Remember, it's a submachine gun. It's a run and gun weapon. We want to go ahead and bump up all capabilities when we have the chance. Now, we're not going to run an optic here because the iron sights on this submachine gun are crystal clear and super easy to use. So there's not going to be a point to waste an attachment under this category. We're also not going to waste an attachment under the laser because we don't need any of these attachments. We are going to rock a barrel here, and we're going to run the Lock DX 203mm barrel. This is going to be phenomenal on this weapon. We're going to get bullet velocity, damage range, recoil control, as well as hip fire accuracy, going ahead and bumping up that medium to long range capability with the submachine gun, which you can take people out those ranges as well when you have this barrel equipped. It's also not going to bring down its close range capabilities, so in my opinion, it's going to be a huge positive and definitely something you guys want to have on for your Vel, aka MP7 class setup. Now, for the muzzle, we're obviously going to rock the suppressed. It's a submachine gun. We're going to be running and gunning and flanking when need be. This is going to be a great one. The Syngarm's NK5 for that sound suppression, bullet velocity, damage range, as well as recoil smoothness. Overall, make this weapon easier to use at medium ranges and obviously dominating players at close range when we are flanking and getting into their spawn. Now, for the underbarrel, we are going to be running the VX Pineapple here. I love running this attachment on a lot of my weapons here in Modern Warfare 2. Overall, this makes them a lot easier to handle. We're going to have hip fire accuracy, hip recoil control, recoil steadiness, and aim walking steadiness. Just a great attachment for a submachine gun. You can run and gun with this weapon and also take people out at longer ranges if we do get into those engagements. And then finally, to go ahead and wrap up this entire class setup, we're skipping over the ammunition, but we are going to run a magazine here, and we are going to be selecting the 50-round mag so we can take out more players and just keep on our streak. Remember, it's a run and gun SMG. 50 is going to be perfect on the submachine gun and not going ahead and completely slowing it down. This is going to be the best Vel 46, aka the MP7 class. Random my build is going to be the M4 here. I have the stun grenade, proximity mine, and for my perks, I have a custom package, overkill scavenger, resupply, as well as quick fix, and my field upgrades are going to be the missions box as well as dead silence. Now, for class setup number 3, we're going to go ahead and run it with the TAC 56, aka the Scar. A lot of people love, a lot of people hate this weapon. Personally, I love this gun. It literally has 0 recoil. It is a point and shoot laser beam. It's easier to use than the M4 in my personal opinion. So if you guys are trying to run a weapon that literally does not move and you don't have to think about a thing when firing, have to go ahead and give this class setup a try. Now, we are going to go ahead and run a rear grip here, and we're going to be running the FSS combat grip. This is going to be perfect on this assault rifle, allowing us to have recoil control. We're going to go ahead and make this weapon as easy to use as possible, a point and shoot laser beam. I don't want to have to control recoil at all, so we're going to go ahead and bump that up with this attachment. Now, for the stock, we are going to go ahead and put on the Cardinal stock. This is going to be great because we're going to bump up that close range lethality, giving us aim walking movement speed and sprint speed. We can maneuver around the map, take people out easier at close range with a rifle that's also going to be good at long range. It's going to be the best of all worlds, just like the M4. So make sure you guys go ahead and throw this on your setup. For the optic, we're not going to rock it. The iron sights are beautiful on this AR. There's no need to go ahead and tarnish that. For the laser, we're also not going to run anything here because we don't need to. We are going to go ahead and run a barrel, and we are going to be putting on the Tundra Pro barrel, which is going to be bumping up that range, hip fire accuracy, and bullet velocity, giving us a faster time to kill with the Scar. So definitely go ahead and equip this on our class setup. It's not going to go ahead and destroy the mobility, so we can still run and gun and take people out at close range if we have to go ahead and get in those engagements. Now, for the muzzle, we are going to be going ahead and putting on the Hairbringer D20 here as well. Obviously, we're going to have that sound suppression so we can flank the enemy team and build up a quick and easy streak. We're also going to have the benefits of having increased bullet velocity, damage range, and recoil smoothness. Just a fantastic attachment to run on the TAC 56, aka the Scar, making this weapon incredibly easy to use at those medium to longer ranges. And then finally, for the underbarrel, we're going to smooth everything out here with the Demo IMP 44 grip. I feel like this is going to be the best underbarrel for the TAC just because we have that aim idle stability, hip fire accuracy, and recoil stabilization. Again, if you guys want any more additional recoil control, the VX Pineapple is good here. But honestly, for this weapon specifically, I think the Demo IMP is going to be your best bet. So make sure you guys go ahead and throw this on your class setup. This is going to be the no recoil TAC class that's nasty here in Modern Warfare 2. Man, the build is going to be the Bell 46, stun, proximity mine, and my custom package is going to be overkill scavenger, resupply as well as quick fix, and my field upgrades are going to be munitions box as well as dead silence. Now for class setup number 4, we're going to go ahead and take a look at the AK-47, aka the KASTOV 7.62. This is one of my favorite guns in the entire game. It is a melt machine. The only thing you have to think about with this weapon is you're going to have a little bit of recoil control, but it's not going to be nearly as difficult to control as you might think with this specific build. Now, we are not going to go ahead and run a rear grip here because none of the attachments are actually going to help us out. We have some better attachments to go ahead and equip when rocking this weapon. Now, we're also not going to run a stock here also. None of these are going to help us out, so we're going to skip over all these when building the AK-47 build. Now for the optic, we are going to go ahead and run the Cronin Mini Red Dot for a precision sight picture. Definitely a solid setup to run on this AR. Now the iron sights are good, but at the same time this gun has a little bit of recoil, so we're going to go ahead and put on a precision optic so it's a little bit easier to use at those medium longer ranges, and obviously ease of use is going to be key when playing a game that has a fast time to kill. Now we're not going to run a laser on this setup either because none of these are going to help us out, so we're going to skip over all of them for the AK. Now for the barrel, we are going to go ahead and put on the IG K30 406mm barrel. This is going to go ahead and bump up that recoil control and bullet velocity, giving us an absolute melt machine. The cons are not going to matter here. We're going to be dominating at all ranges and killing people so unbelievably fast, it's not going to matter. They're not going to have any time to react. So make sure you guys go ahead and run this barrel when building the KASTOV, aka the AK. Now for the muzzle, we are going to go ahead and put on the Kastovia DX90 suppressor. Going to be a great attachment on this weapon so we can have that sound suppression, bullet velocity, recoil smoothness, and recoil control. Definitely a great attachment on this weapon. Overall, going to strengthen its capabilities at close range because we can flank and go ahead and build up a streak, and also melt people at long ranges because this gun is going to be good at any and all ranges. Now for the underbarrel, we are going to go ahead and put on the demo IMP 44 grip. I like to go ahead and run the demo grip on the AK just to go ahead and smooth out that recoil pattern. But if you guys want some additional recoil control, you can put on the VX pineapple as well. But for me personally, I think this weapon feels the best with the demo IMP 44 grip. So that's going to be the best underbarrel I'd recommend you guys running. But again, if you guys want some more recoil control, that pineapple is going to be a good option as well. And then finally, to kind of wrap up this entire class, we are going to go over to the magazine section, and we are going to run an extended mag here with the 40-round magazine. Now, it's going to slightly go ahead and slow down your aim down sight speed, but at the same time, I do like to go ahead and have 40 bullets with this weapon just so I can go ahead and take out as many people as possible. This is one of the fastest killing guns in the entire game. Why not go ahead and just make it more devastating by having an extra 10 bullets so we can go ahead and engage a couple more targets? So it's going to be a huge positive in my book. So make sure you guys go ahead and throw this on your KASTOV class. I absolutely love it. This is going to be the fastest killing KASTOV setup that's going to be a melt machine any and all ranges here in Modern Warfare 2. Then the build is going to be the Vel 46, stun grenade, proximity mine, and for my perk package, I have an overkill scavenger, resupply, as well as quick fix. And then obviously for my field upgrades, I'm running the munition box as well as dead silence. Just phenomenal here in Modern Warfare 2. And for our 5th and final class setup, I saved the best for last, the STB-556, arguably the best assault rifle in the entire game. Now with this class setup, we're starting off with the rear grip, and we are going to run the STIP 40 grip, so we can go ahead and bump up that recoil control. But if we can go ahead and make weapons easy to use, we're going to go ahead and seize that advantage, and the STIP 40 is going to make this weapon a very smooth and easy to use AR at longer ranges, which is where we're going to be taking people out very easily from. Now for the comb, we're actually not going to run any of these attachments. Now I'm going to be honest here. If the riser comb did not reduce the aim down sight speed, I'd rock it over the STIP 40 because we have increased ammo capacity, but we're going to stay away from it on this setup. I do believe these are actually going to get reworked in a future update. Now, we also are going to be skipping over the stock here because none of these are going to be helping us out. One of them is actually bugged, so we're gonna skip over this as well. Now for the optic, we are gonna rock the Cronin Mini Red Dot. So we have a precision optic, very easy to use at those medium to longer ranges, and this weapon is gonna be excelling at those ranges. So we're definitely gonna go ahead and put this on our class setup. Now for the laser, we're gonna be skipping over this as well because none of these are gonna be helping us out, so we're not gonna waste an attachment slot. Now for the barrel, we are gonna go ahead and put on the 24.4-inch Bruin S620 barrel. Great attachment on this AR, bumping up that damage range, bullet velocity, hip fire accuracy, and recoil control. You can still run and gun with this weapon. You can still flank. You can still be mobile with this. We're only going to go ahead and bump up that long range capability so we can literally outgun all the other guns in the game without even trying. So make sure you guys go ahead and throw this on the barrel. Now for the muzzle, you guys guessed it, we're going to run the Hairbringer D20, just a phenomenal attachment on the STB. So we're going to have sound suppression, bullet velocity, damage range, and recoil smoothness. A great attachment to run on this AR, just making it super easy to control at longer ranges, and obviously we can flank the enemy team, get behind their spawn, and get yourself a quick and easy nuke. So make sure you guys have this equipped. Now for the underbarrel, just like a majority of the other ARs, we are going to run the Demo IMP 44 grip, so we can smooth that recoil pattern, giving us that aiming auto stability, hip fire accuracy, as well as recoil stabilization. Just a great attachment to run on this already easy to use assault rifle. And that's it. That's the best STB 556 class setup that's going to be a dominant AR at any and all ranges. Random the build is going to be the Vel 46, stun grenade, proximity mine, and for my perks I have on Overkill Scavenger, resupply, as well as quick fix, and I am rocking Field Upgrade Pro with the munitions box and the Dead Silence. These are going to be the top 5 best class setups and guns here in Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer right now. If there are 2 class setups I want you guys to check out, definitely going to be the M4, and also make sure you guys run it up with the TAC 56. Great weapons, very easy starter guns to use, but when you guys actually get stuff unlocked, go ahead and rock the STB and go crazy. If this video did help you guys out and you end up dropping maybe your first nuke or just at least a high kill gameplay, let me know down in the comment section of this video. And as always, man, make sure you guys drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn those post notifications. It's been your boy Ears, and I'm gonna catch you guys in the next one. Deuces.